Hey everyone. It's still the same day as my previous video, but I did find a little bit of extra time to be able to work on this little guy. So we're going to do that. Yeah, not a whole lot has been happening. Broke up a couple fights amongst my children. And now I have them inside eating, so hopefully they stay quiet. I am working on this red dashed symbol. I think, oh, I almost pulled that out. I'm trying really hard to use as much of this string as possible. If I roll this up like that, it should work pretty well. I didn't park any threads or anything. I'm hoping that helps with my speed a little bit so that way I'm not fighting both the canvas and the strings. And I will probably work on, because I think there's only like, what's that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stitches of that color, and then I will switch over to another color with more, probably more of these striped ones since the string's almost gone, and finish. I want to see this little frog to see kind of what I'm getting into with this image, because if the frog doesn't look good, that's the main focal point of this whole canvas. I'm kind of taking the opposite approach on this one than on the bear canvas, because the bear I want to save till last. But I was just curious on how this one would turn out, because the colors, all these colors are vibrant except for like the background. So it's been fun to stitch with all these bright colors. And let me know if this is something you guys would like to stitch along with me, or if the bear is something you'd like to stitch along with me, because I can always swap those over to, instead of stitching chats, do the stitch alongs. I'm gonna end this string. I've been trying really hard to keep my backs neater. I didn't know if you could tell that with the bear one too. Definitely a lot neater than I did get a couple knotty type things up in there because I wasn't paying attention. But more neat than the scary people. Alright, let's see here. This is also, I don't know if I showed you guys the color palette for this one or not. So we have lots of dark colors, but look at those beautiful pinks and oranges, greens. But a good majority of it's obviously going to be dark from the background. So I'm going to go for that symbol there, which is number 25, which is a dark color. Get all these pinks out of my way. To see the frog's eye. So I will string this one on and catch you guys here back. Okay, so me stringing these on took way longer than I would like to admit. I know it's like no time at all for you, but it took me like, for whatever reason, like 7 minutes to string these 2 strings on, because I could not get the pin stitches to work. I was getting frustrated. that's okay. We got it in the end. And it should have been something that I had done before I started. But I'm also really bad about having things prepared for this, because it's usually like not something I have scheduled to do. It's just like on a whim I'm doing it. So I'm working on this bright green symbol just to get it out of the way, because there was only 6 spots of it. And then I parked one for the yellow symbol, which there's a ton of it like in the sky, but I'm just going to do the frog and then probably park it up in here for later use. I don't have my magnets for this one yet, and because the other magnets are being used by the what do you call those? The other cross stitches. Jeez, you can tell that I'm getting tired. The other cross stitches, holding onto their needles. It just kind of, I just got to go up and grab 2 more, and I haven't done that. So I guess I'll just suffer through what I got going on. I'm hoping that once this little frog is done, I like it enough to like really make some progress on it. I'll probably do the higher confetti areas like the frog on my own, and then do like the bigger patches of color with you guys, so that way you guys actually get to see some kind of progress. Because I know it's hard to see progress when I'm constantly having to change colors or whatever, so. Alright. I think that is it for that symbol up there, so I will finish this off real quick. I usually just run it through 2 of these, and then other stitches will hold it into place. I'm not overly concerned about the stuff falling off because I'm the only one who touches it. And then in the end, it's going to be framed up anyway, so that'll save the back. So I'm just going to run that through here like that, so I can have my needle. So that just stays, that one I know is number 19, stays there. And then let's get my threader. This is just the crappy one that came with the kit itself. I mean, it works. I do like my other one better, but it's in a different kit right now and I don't feel like digging it out. Seems to be my issue, is that I don't feel like getting things prepared or where they need to be. So I will do his little eye here and then move down until I run out of yellow here. I don't think I'm going to jump from there down to the bottom there on the frog. I'll probably just end it, maybe move down there, and then if I start, I guess I could start over in here and work my way down. I hate stopping and starting, so anytime that I don't have to stop and start, I will take it. I don't know, I think this little frog is going to turn out pretty good. because he looks good so far. Good color variation and stuff on him. I mean, of course, it's never going to be as detailed as you're going to see online, like in the actual picture, because you'll lose some to get it to the design. And I am still going to fix I decided to leave double butt alone because he's too hard to find in the mess of confetti, but frog snail's easy to find, so I'm going to not follow the pattern there, and I will fix the pattern down there so that way it's an actual snail and not a snail frog. I can't believe I didn't see that before. I've said this before, I really don't like buying the AI images because usually there's something funky like that. I didn't even look at this image that hard. And my daughter pointed it out to me. And I'm like, I completely didn't even see that. I was too busy staring at the cute little frog on the mushroom, which is probably their main goal, is to get you looking one direction. And you know, if I wouldn't have been paying attention, I probably would have stitched it and been like, what is that? So just got to pay closer attention before I go putting things in my cart on the Scamazon. Alright, so there's this little eye. I'm sure they probably have like a lighter color there for the reflection of the moon. But I mean, that's what it comes down to, is I just need to pay just a little bit closer attention. Other than that though, the threads are nice, the canvas has been nice, it's pretty pliable and easy to work with. It's a good size for what I paid for it. So if the worst that's on it is a snail frog, and that's something that I would be able to fix. I'm realizing now that I missed that stitch. I'm pretty sure it's this symbol though, so that's fine. I probably just ran out of floss right there. Who knows? Who knows what I was doing? Probably nothing smart. Okay, so I am going to end this, and I think I'm going to go around his butt there, and then travel the frog itself with this. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I got this one parked by the frog's little booty, and we're going to go around his little butt and then into, I'm guessing this is the shadowing for his feet. And then we're probably going to call this good. So I'm not having much luck today. I should have just stopped while I was ahead with the bear. Because like I said, it was the same, today's the same day, so I should have just quit while I was ahead, but I'm trying to get some stuff kind of pre-recorded just a little. And it's just not working out in my favor. And who knows, maybe when I come back, I will have the frog done and we can kind of maybe decide if we want to keep going on it or not. From what I can see, the frog's going to be cute, so I'm probably going to want to keep going on it. And then the bear one, I'm just going to... That one, I'll probably just give you guys progress updates, especially because it's counted. It's a little bit more difficult for me to do the counting while I'm talking. So, I don't know. That one I might just every once in a while and just work on it on my own. Because I have this one, and then I can always work on my daughter's tiger too, if that's something you guys would like to see. I'm sure she wouldn't mind the extra help. Because that's actually bigger than these canvases that I have for myself. So, not by, too much, but I think it's, I think these are 168 and hers is like 172 by 172 and mine is 168 by 168. So, I mean, like the whole length of it, yeah, there's quite a bit. Or at least it looks like quite a bit. It might not be. But all that stuff adds up. So me giving her just a little bit of a boost and help. I'm sure once I get some of the background done and she gets to do the tiger, she'll want to do the tiger. I think the background was just bogging her down because it was a little bit more confetti heavy. Whereas the tiger is a little bit more like blockier colors. So hopefully that helps her too. I think after I'm done with this, I'm gonna make myself a sandwich because I am getting hungry. I've been ignoring my needs to get some of this stuff done. Especially when it comes to cleaning out the garage stuff. Yeah, I've been ignoring to get that stuff done too. But I decided to take a break today, and this is what I'm doing on my break. Because I have this weekend to finish it off, so I still have 2 days, and there's not a whole lot left. I'm going to leave that one half done and move on down here to get all of these guys. And then I will work my way back up there. I got a knot? No, it's just the end of another string getting in my way. I'm going to jump over here. Is that closer? That's probably a closer jump. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. No, it's the same. So sometimes it looks closer going up and down than it does side to side. But they're both 4, so doesn't matter when I do it. It matters that it gets done, right? It's so nice outside. It's so peaceful right now. I don't know if you can hear my kids. They're actually playing good, so I'm not going to interrupt them. Okay, I need to reposition myself a little bit here. I'm sitting on a stool, so it's not the most comfortable thing in the world. I don't know, I feel like I'm moving a little bit faster on this one since it's stamped and I don't have to sit here and figure out where I'm at. Pick a color and go. I've almost made it across the frog. And I was right, this is just outlining the deepest shadows of like his little arms and his belly and his little toes. So the rest of the color should be according to the package. It looks like yellows, oranges, and greens. Obviously, because he's a frog, he's gonna have greens. And it looks like he's got a little bit of yellow and a little bit of orange on his belly. Oh yeah, forgot to tell you guys, I've also been prepping for the blueberry patch that I go to every year. I get to set up like a booth there, and they have it up the entire time that they are open. And so I've been doing some paintings and stuff for that. I didn't film any of them. Mostly because of everything that's been going on. I've been just kind of squeaking it in where I can. But I think I'm going to show you guys kind of the stuff that I'm going to take to, I don't want to call it a market, stuff that I'm going to take to the month-long show. I basically get to set it up, leave it there, and then they just take whatever percentage. And I mean, I do art because I enjoy it, not to make a profit off of it. So my stuff isn't priced like crazy or anything like that. I just use it for basically fun money. And by fun money, I mean I get to buy art supplies, different kits, that kind of stuff. And that's how I kind of fund myself to do this, is just to do that. I've done a couple of shows here and there, but I've never really made like a whole lot of money off of them, because by the time you pay for the booth fee and that kind of stuff, it's like, you know, unless you're having a really good sale day, especially because it's never really like art shows. They're more like craft fairs or craft shows. And I think I had 1 year where I did really, really well, and then the next year signed up for the same places and then a couple other different places and did not do well at all, and decided it just wasn't worth the headache. So I put my stuff up for sale once a year at my local blueberry patch, and I don't do half bad there. Last year I think I sold like $400 worth, which again is not crazy, but I'm not looking to make. I basically use it to empty out my inventory. I get to paint, I enjoy it, and then I get to sell it. People get to enjoy my art, and I get to make a little bit of my money back. I mean, I'm basically not getting paid for my time or anything, because I'm going to do this whether I get paid to do it or not. But I am in the middle of working on a fox, and I already have, because I wanted to make it a set of 3, so I had in mind a fox, a deer, and a owl, and I scratched the owl idea because I seem to have many birds left over from last year, and so I did the deer, and the deer is done and it's framed up and I like it. And then I started working on the fox, and now I'm thinking, since I have the deer and the fox, I may do something like a raccoon, or I don't know. I don't know what would look good with the fox and the deer. I want to do something like an animal that people tend to enjoy, and I know people love them some trash pandas. But yeah, I might just do a small video on everything that I have for that show, I guess. Like I said, it's up all month long, and you know, there's like local vendors and stuff there, so I usually do pretty well. I'm not gonna say I do crazy amounts of sales, because I don't, but it also doesn't really bother me. I like having my stuff out there, because if somebody enjoys it enough to buy it, that makes me feel good. Last year I had a whole bunch of chicken stuff and cardinal stuff, and a lot of those sold, but not much of anything else. I think I still have my whales from last year. I have fish from last year, like a rainbow trout, and also I think it was a brook trout, maybe it was a second rainbow trout, I don't remember. But I want to do a couple more pieces. And the fox one is something that I would like to complete. The deer is the biggest painting that I have ever completed. And I believe it's a 16 by 20. And the fox is the same size. And it's just one of those things where, like, I got one done and I started working on the next one right away. And I'm not really like, I enjoy painting and I find it fun, but I get really stressed out when I can't get things to work the way that I want to. So I get frustrated with it easy. Whereas like this to me is something that is enjoyable, but it's also mostly mindless, because as long as you're following the colors, you're gonna end up with a beautiful piece of art in the end. Now, painting for me is also fun and enjoyable, but you know, I always have that, well, what if, you know, somebody says something, and you know, it's hard to put yourself out there. And the very first year that I went and put my stuff at the blueberry farm, I actually sold out of everything. And mind you, again, I don't have the stuff priced like ultra crazy or anything like that. But that was like a huge boost to my confidence in it. And, you know, but it slowly kind of dwindled away. Because now, of course, over the years they have other art vendors there, and I mean, they did that first year too, but it was a lot less. But now that people have started to find out that they can also put their stuff there, there's a lot more people who display their art there than the first year that I started going. So, you know, it's a competition, more or less. So you have to find, obviously you're gonna have to find somebody who likes your style, but you also, I price myself more competitively, because again, it's just, I feel like if somebody likes my art, they should be able to obtain it, and I'm not looking to make a living off of it. So and then there's other people who are there who, you know, their art's not my cup of tea or anything like that. But I look at their stuff and I'm like, oh my gosh, you're charging so much. And I think because I'm one of the last ones, like when you walk in, I'm one of the last art people that you're going to see. And I think a lot of people look at the art that comes before mine, and they don't even tend to look at my pricing because they already think it's going to be super expensive. Like there was a person there who was selling, and again, you value yourself, you do you, but they had like, I think it was like a 5x7, and it was framed, but you know, it wasn't anything like overly crazy. And maybe it's just because I look at it with my art mind that I could paint something similar, or I could do something similar, that maybe I'm undervaluing myself or the other person. But they wanted like over $100 for this 5x7 painting. And I mean, I have very few things that are over $100 on my stand, because again, I want my art to be obtainable to most people, and everything that I put out is original art. So, you know, I don't know if this person was selling prints or anything of their stuff, but from what I had seen, they had their original stuff out there too. But I think a lot of the sticker shock happens in the beginning, and then by the time they make it to mine, they're just like, yeah, no, I'm not going to be able to afford anything here, and pass my booth by. So hopefully I get a different spot this year. That would be nice. And it's looking like my camera is flashing for low battery. So I'm going to end this here. Put this in my little corner to park it. So you can kind of now see where the frog's face and eye is going to be. There's his little body. So the next time you see this one, hopefully I have the froggy done, so that way we can see what he's gonna look like. And then we'll probably move back onto the moon here because it's got a bunch of that bright green, and I already have the one pulled out. So I hope you guys have a lovely day, and I will see you next time. Bye.